Hello, namaskar, and a very warm welcome to Cricket Live. India has already clinched the series with 2-0 score, but will look for a clean sweep as they stand against yet again West Indies for the third and the final T20 international at Chennai. So on paper, though it sounds to be a dead rubber, but India will look to test the bench. I'm Shikhar Sachdeva. Let's start the game with my co-anchor Sridhar Pillai. So Sri, it could be an interesting game today as well.
வணக்கம் Shiga. நான் ஏன் தமிழ்ல பேசணும் பார்க்கறீங்களா? சென்னை நம்ம ஊரு. So once again, welcome to all the viewers. Namaskar. Hope you had a very safe and happy Diwali. Now it's the final hooray. You might say that it's a dead rubber, as you said, but West Indies will be looking to salvage some pride, whereas India would look to have a clean sweep. What's going to happen in Chennai? To tell us more about it, as usual, we have the two experts in the studio. One of India's great batting talents, the former India player, top order batsman, Praveen Amre. A warm welcome.
Namaskar.
And of course, a first-class cricketer who played for Punjab as well as Rajasthan. Also one of the voices of Indian cricket, the commentator as well, Ajay Mehra. Ajay ji,
thanks, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Very warm welcome, Ajay, and
Pleasure.
happy to be here back again. And Praveen ji. So I think talking about today's match, it would be a very interesting one as far as India test the bench. Like, in contrary, as he rightly said, West Indies would like to close in on a good consolidated win. लेकिन हम इससे पहले इनसे चर्चा शुरू करें. Let's catch the glimpse of the city Chennai.
Yes, that was Chennai. A few shots of Chennai, of course. We'll start with Praveen. Praveen, you played one test match, I remember, 1993 in England. Your memories, please.
Well, obviously, for playing in Chennai was a different thing, and I think that was a great team. Even England had a great team. They had a lot of experienced players. Was there Gooch, Gatting, Atherton? So they are a very good team. And yeah, the Chennai hit playing there and winning that outright game. I think that was tremendous. And we always love that Idli Samar also.
Lewis did put up a fight, Chris Lewis, but that wasn't enough.
Yeah, he really hammered. Actually, he was the one who actually started playing well for the spinners, because always the spinners were a question mark for English batsmen. Yeah. But he batted well. He gone through like that. Attack is a defense.
Absolutely. So back full of memories. Some beautiful, some would say not that good. But coming to you, Ajay, आज के मैच पर देखते हैं किस तरीके से आप देखते हैं कितना खास रहेगा आज का मैच.
देखिए, जैसे आपने कहा ना, शिखा श्रृंखला तो जीत चुकी है, पर आप वो कॉन्फिडेंस, जो मोमेंटम है ना, उसको जारी रखना चाहते हैं. जो टीम कॉम्बिनेशन बना हुआ है, बेशक विराट कोहली नहीं है, पर जैसे अगुवाई की है रोहित शर्मा ने, जैसे शिखर धवन धीरे धीरे ऐसा लग रहा है फॉर्म में वापस आ रहे हैं. बहुत बड़ी पारी नहीं खेली, तो कई खिलाड़ियों के लिए अहम है, क्योंकि इसके बाद जो दौरा है उसकी अगर आप बातचीत करें, ऑस्ट्रेलिया दौरा बहुत बड़ा रहने वाला है, तो आप जो कॉन्फिडेंस है उसको लेके जाएंगे. वेस्ट इंडीज स्ट्रगल कर रही है, हम सब जानते हैं, अभी रीबिल्डिंग फेज में है. वो जो खिलाड़ी जिसके लिए वो जाने जाते थे वो नजर नहीं आ रहे, पर जो कुछ भी है उनके लिए प्रतिष्ठा की लड़ाई है. वो कहीं ना कहीं वो प्राइड के लिए खेलेंगे, क्या हम यहां पे जीत सकते हैं, क्योंकि सबको थोड़ा सा वो भी एकदम आश्चर्यचकित कर दिया जब वो एक मैच टाई हुआ, एक वो जीते पुणे में, कि क्या ये वेस्ट इंडीज टीम में दम है. T20 में ये वर्ल्ड चैंपियंस है, पर वैसा लग नहीं रहे. जैसे भारतीय टीम खेल रही है, वो लग रहा है पूरा दबा के रखा हुआ है. और आज भी मुझे लग रहा है जो आपके पास टीम कॉम्बिनेशन है, बेशक आपने कुछ खिलाड़ियों को आज विश्राम भी आप करेंगे, फिर भी भारतीय टीम में काफी दम नजर आ रहा है.
Absolutely. The series has gone down south, but unfortunately the West Indies performance also has gone down.
Absolutely.
Time for us to take a look at the entire series. When I say that, the entire tour of West Indies, we have the tests, the one-dayers as well as the T20s. This is in a nutshell for you what happened in this long tour. Windies were here for two test matches. Praveen, test matches one-sided.
Obviously.
Absolutely. So, when we see those test matches followed by the 3 ODIs there, undoubtedly India there winning the first ODI, then the match tied, as rightly said by Ajay a few minutes ago, and the third ODI being won by West Indies with 43 runs.
Yeah, that was in Pune, and followed by easy wins for India. A massive win of 224 runs in the fourth ODI, which was at the Brabant Stadium. Yeah. Cricket returning there after a while. And then the fifth ODI in Thiruvananthapuram, which was also wrapped up by 9 wickets. What a convincing victory We expected West Indies to put up a better fight. They did by virtue of a good bowling performance, but that wasn't enough to stop them. Stop India, losing the first one by 5 wickets, and then was a massive victory again for India in the second one. And third one, of course, they would look to salvage some pride. I'll come back to you, Ajay. The West Indies, of course, this series, people say is irrelevant because it's a dead rubber. There are 3 reasons. Number 1, Windies want to have some pride going back. Number 2, India would want to test a few new players.
Absolutely.
And 3, last but not the least, IPL transfers around the corner.
Absolutely, and that's going to be a big thing as well. But, for me, the test series was about the emergence of Prithvi Shaw, because I saw him, play at the domestic circuit at the Ranji Trophy level. Praveen has seen him a lot, the way he's grown up as a cricketer, getting 100 on debut is always a big thing. And the way he continued his good form. Also, Ashwin, the way he bowled along with Jadeja, Kuldeep chipping in. So the Indian bowling looked really good. So that's, again, big positives before the Australia series. And overall, I think, after that defeat against India at Pune, where India were beaten, India really changed their gears because they looked at a very different outfit after that. Some very big wins in the one-day cricket as well, in the T20 format. So India overall are looking really very threatening.
Looking very threatening, looking very strong. But जो हमने अभी graphics देखे, starting about that first test, that was the biggest defeat. How West Indies come there, and that's losing 14 wickets in single day at Rajkot. If we quickly wrap up their journey so far, how do you see it?
Well, I think for them is also always that this playing spinners was a question mark. But in the way we bowled our pace bowler also in that particular test, that was remarkable. I think that was important. And I will give the credit to the team management. I think the way we launched Prithvi was perfect. We are not launched in England. We gave him this bigger platform and the home series because we wanted that opener. And I will say not only Prithvi, I say look in this also Khalil was the thing, Krunal Pandya was the thing that we launch our cricketer youngsters in a right way.
Absolutely.
So I think that was we should give that tick box to the team
But
management.
following that first win, then winning the second match, Ajay, with those big 10 wickets, what else we could have asked for?
Absolutely. And I think the big thing is that you continue a good form. You're not relying on one good win. You are continuing the good form. And that is what Virat has done so often. The team management has rightly mentioned the combination you have gone with. And that's the big thing, the quality of spinners you have. India are always a batting dominated side, but the quality of spinners, the seamers that are coming in, bowling well in these conditions, I think that's a big plus. The way Bhuvi bowled, he was exceptional as well. So I think overall, the spinners, especially Ashwin, a lot was being talked about him because Kuldeep is really emerging very fast, the way he's been delivering for India. So I think the way Ashwin bowled in those test matches was really good.
Praveen, from an Indian point of view, very heartening. From a Windies point of view, very disappointing is the fact that they seem like losing to a bench side as well. If you have all the reserves made up into an 11, I think the Windies might stand a chance of losing there as well. So that will be very disappointing from them.
Obviously when you start poorly, I think that's actually that continues, and that's what's so important to start your series very well. Yeah. And I think in a one days, I think it looks, everybody was expecting it's going to be the very nail biting in the fifth, but I think the way we played in a Brabant Stadium, I think we finished the game there. I think
absolutely.
Even one days we can say they T20 also they came back very strongly. We remember the first game at Kolkata. It was 44-5, and I think from there anybody's game. But I think Dinesh Karthik and our batsmen batted well. They hold their nerves and they finish the game.
And batsmen have generally, as they finish the game, first ODI, especially talking about Virat and Rohit Sharma. In fact, अगर हम नजर डालें हमारे अगले graphics भी यही कहते हैं, the top run getters, how amazingly they have finished the game, seeing there up on their screen, especially when we seen the first test, Ajay, how the Shah, and they have actually closed it in an amazing way, especially talking about Virat Kohli, too many records and too many feathers they going in his hat, and undoubtedly T20, the skipper Rohit Sharma.
मुझे याद है शिखा कि लगभग हर मैच में ऐसा लग रहा था कोई ना कोई रिकॉर्ड तोड़ा है विराट कोहली. मतलब जब जा रहे हैं, अगर आप रनों की बात करें, मतलब वो एक ऐसा उदाहरण है पेश करते हैं कि बाकी जो खिलाड़ी अगर उनको फॉलो करने लग जाते हैं, क्योंकि आप कप्तान हैं, आगे से आप लीड कर रहे हैं, खुद एक उदाहरण पेश कर रहे हैं, जैसे आप बल्लेबाजी कर रहे हैं, तो अपने में बहुत बड़ी चीज है. और रोहित शर्मा मतलब जो भी वो इंपैक्ट डालते हैं शॉर्टर फॉर्मेट में, अभी भी थोड़ा सा उनको इंपैक्ट डालना है टेस्ट मैच क्रिकेट में. अभी उनका चयन हुआ है टेस्ट मैचेस में एक बार फिर वापस, पर बोलते हैं वनडे में T20 में, मतलब आपके ऐसे दो मैच विनर्स हैं जिसपे टीम रिलाई कर सकती है.
और जैसे टीम कॉम्बिनेशन की हम बात करें, अभी हमने देखा अराउंड 453 देयर रन एडिंग ओनली बाय विराट कोहली. विराट और रोहित के टीम कॉम्बिनेशन पर भी अगर बात की जाए,
बिल्कुल. और शिखा, सबसे बड़ी बात है कंसिस्टेंसी. अगर आप इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट की बात करें ना, आप जहां भी जा रहे हैं आप रन बना रहे हैं. ये नहीं कि केवल एक मैच में किया फिर 2 मैचेस आप फेल हो गए. लगभग हर मैच में आप रन बना रहे हैं. एंड दिस इज द बिग थिंग, यू नो, द फिटनेस लेवल्स व्हिच इज नॉट वेरी इजी. एवरी गेम you are delivering for your side, the way you have, you know, also led the combinations you are trying out. So I think it's all working very good for him.
Absolutely.
But I think still it's going to be a test for him, you know, once he goes to Australia. The conditions there are going to be very different. But whatever is done in this series, Virat and Rohit Sharma, I think has been spectacular.
Praveen, talking about Virat Kohli from a batsman's perspective, when you try to decode his genius, what is it? I mean, if you look at Virat Kohli, I mean, you can't find fault with Aaron Finch for his tweet saying that, Kohli, please don't make batting looks so ridiculously easy and give us a complex. So what is it? It's just more than talent, isn't it? It's going to be a lot of other factors in as well. So how do you want to break it down?
Well, first, nowadays, his mental strength, I think that consistency come with that mental strength also. Because getting 300 back to back, it's not easy.
Absolutely.
It's also that it's not only the fitness. I think that mental mind makeup, like he said, like continue doing that, repeating that best performance. And best part about Rohit and Virat, we are discussing, they are getting 100 big hundreds. So it's not like getting 100 and getting out, then the match is getting over. No, they make sure like once they are in. And that is what all cricket is all about. Like we talk about that, once you are in, make sure you are finishing the game, don't depend on others. And I think that they are done beautifully, and maybe that is the reason the series result is like that.
And Ajay, when you talk about T20s, Dhoni's absence and Virat's, all of a sudden he was not there, that wasn't felt at all.
Yeah, absolutely. Because your bench strength is so good. You know, the people coming from the IPL, from the domestic circuit, I think the way they are delivering for your side, because now it's a case like who do you play? You know, who is being rested? Who do you play? Because there's really, you know, so much of talent flowing in. And that's always great signs for any side. I remember in the past, in the 90s, Australia used to have that problem, you know, similar problem, because they had such a good bench reserve. They had so many players in the ranks. So I think that's the same case for India, you know, the seamers that are coming in, the flowing in, you know, the batsmen as well. So I think it's always a big thing, a big headache for the team management, who you play in, who you drop. But I think always a better side, things for a positive side for any side.
Absolutely. So, you know, talking about the journey, especially in this series, you know, if you talk about the second ODI at Visakhapatnam, the tie, making big 321 and that finally ending with the boundary, I think it hurts more.
Yeah, for in a West Indies partner, because they thought they are in the game, but I think Shami bowled brilliantly that over, and I think we hold that now. Because ultimately, it's in a shorter version, it doesn't matter whether you win by 1 run or by 1 wicket. But the tie is the last option, and I think more than that, you see that overall the people who are there in the stadium, they enjoyed the most. I think because
that was more of a win for, you know, India. Because
India as well.
Absolutely, you're right. Because at one stage, West Indies were really cruising.
Absolutely.
They were, you know, in the driver's seat. They were looking much better. So it was more of a win for India. You know, that match being ended in a tie.
But having said that, that you should also say that it's probably the highlight of the series for the West Indies. The perhaps the best, you know, moments coming from those two matches.
Absolutely.
They could convert that tie into a win in Pune in the subsequent match. But from there on, is again very disappointing.
Yeah, you see the margin of victories. You know, that's, I think, a bit, not very happy hunky-dory for the West Indies side, because the margin of victories, you were winning by 100, 70 runs in T20 as well, the way India played in the last game. I think that's something they have to, you know, work on. And that's the reason I think they're just relying on 1 or 2 bowlers, you know, because you see the quality of spinners as well. Looks very ordinary. You know, it's very pedestrian for them. They're in a rebuilding phase. I think it'll take time. I think the quality of cricket is also the big names that haven't fired for West Indies. That's a big problem for them. People like Bravo, Pollard, Brathwaite, they haven't really delivered for them, because team relies on them, you know, them to make runs, but they haven't delivered, you know, they haven't been consistent with the bat.
But Praveen, he mentioned about rebuilding phase, and if you look at the cricketing world around, you have a lot of teams going through that. Once invincible Australians have gone through that, are still going through that, Sri Lanka for instance. But when you look at the Windies, it seems the problem is much bigger, much greater than that.
Yeah, because we see them in a talent-wise in the CPL and all. They look exciting. But when it comes to the international level, it's delivering, they are not delivering. I think I agree with Ajay, sometimes it takes time, but sooner is a better, because there are some exciting Hetmer, the way he hopes he'll look batted so brilliantly. I think those are the talent they also got. Rightly, like Ajay said, like their seniors are not. In this rebuilding, it's equally important, like senior contributing. You cannot depend on a youngsters.
And just one more thing, you know, people like Chris Gayle, Andre Russell, you know, Sunil Narayan, who's done so well. You know, Lewis, they're not figuring in that 11, you know, whatever reasons they are.
I would take them only for experience.
Or whatever reasons, or tussle with the board, whatever whatever is going on. So that is also putting a lot of dent on this West Indies lineup.
But you know, when we talk about contribution, चाहे batsmen कहे bowlers के, they have to play their role. आइए देखते हैं अगला graphic जो क्यों बताएगा. Bowlers also played a phenomenal role there in the win, especially when we talk about the test. Ajay, there Yadav, undoubtedly Kuldeep Yadav, they're grabbing in 10 wickets. But Kuldeep Yadav standing upright in the ODIs and the T20, grabbing 9 wickets and 5 wickets consecutively.
You know, Shikha, I have to make this comment that honestly, the West Indies batsmen are not able to read him. You know, be it one-day cricket, be it T20, be it Test match cricket, they are finding it really
Tricky
tough.
balls,
It's not easy against him because being a Chinaman bowler is something unique. You know, the mystery he's got, the googly he's got, the flipper he bowls with. So he's got so many variations in armory. Also, it's going to be very tough. And they did mention this, that, you know, picking up in the air. For a wrist spinner, especially a Chinaman bowler, if you're not picking from the hand and you're picking in the air, you're always late as a batsman. So you've got to pick from the hand when he's releasing the ball, because by the time you're reading the seam in the air, you're always late.
Absolutely.
So I think that's something they have to learn, you know. As Praveen rightly mentioned, they have people like Hetmeyer who got a lot of talent behind him. Yeah. But, you know, it's again, you know, a different proposition playing in India against quality spin. Always tough, you know, never easy for any batsman. So I think the quality of spinners that India has, we saw the test matches as well. Ashwin, you know, was really threatening the way he bowled, picking up regular wickets. Jadeja as well, very useful. Absolutely. So I think Kuldeep Yadav, again, a big asset for the Indian side. So the quality of spinners that India had is absolutely brilliant.
Praveen, the nucleus would be Bhuvi, Bumrah and Kuldeep, but the Brahmastra is Kuldeep. Chinaman as it is not easy for a batsman to read, but the way he is bowling, as Ajay mentioned right now, he is unplayable at times.
Well, I think that's why he was our strike bowler. But the role Ashwin and Jadeja, I'm talking about Test series we won. I think it's always a team. I think they contributed as a unit. I think that was Jadeja's 7 wicket was also crucial. When we needed that breakthrough, he was the one who gave us that breakthrough. And Ashwin coming in the form. And I think that was good for Team India.
And remember Jadeja getting, you know, wickets in England as well, in the last test match.
And you know,
he got
Jadeja,
runs, he got wickets. So always a big plus when you are delivering outside India.
Absolutely. And you know, we're talking about Jadeja. I want to mention, you know, the 5th ODI ko hum nahi bhul sakte. They are India, how they crushed and winning amazingly with those 9 wickets, winning and taking 4 wickets.
देखिए, जब आपके पास दो ऐसे महारथी हैं, ऐसे स्तंभ है बैटिंग में, जब रोहित शर्मा है, विराट कोहली है, तो आप ये एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं. मतलब उनको रोकना, रोहित जब खेलते हैं ना, ऐसे फ्लुएंसी नजर आती है, वो क्लास ही अलग है. मतलब कई बार ऐसा लगता है ऐसा कोई बल्लेबाज है ही नहीं है उनके सामने. मतलब जो फुटवर्क की बात कर रहे थे, मुझे लगता है विराट का एक और चीज जो बहुत अहम है, मैं एक बार उनसे बात भी कर रहा था, वो है क्लैरिटी ऑफ थॉट. जब वो अंदर जाते हैं उनको पता है मैंने क्या करना है, जो अप्रोच उनकी है, जो फोकस है, फिटनेस वगैरह कई चीजें हैं जो बहुत रेलेवेंट है, बट एक जो क्लैरिटी ऑफ थॉट है उनकी अहम है.
Yes, we did mention about what this match would mean to West Indies, but it's time to take a look at what it means to India. Of course, we have a very tough tour of Australia coming up. In exactly 10 days from now, we're going to play a match in Brisbane. So this is what the probable team is going to be for India, the probable 11. Shikhar Dhawan, KL Rahul, Manish Pandey, and you see Kunal Pandya or Sundar, Washington Sundar, that is. He probably might get a game today. Ajay?
Absolutely, because he's a local boy as well, Washington Sundar. You know, he knows the conditions there. Kunal Pandya, well, he's done very well so far, whatever games he's played. Khalil has been outstanding with the ball. You know, he's been absolutely brilliant. Siddharth Kaur remains to be seen whether he plays in the playing 11. But I feel, you know, they might be trying a few faces. You know, May Jadhav is rested. Bhuvi might be playing along with Khalil. That might be the two seamers today. But overall, I think also going to be interesting whether Shreyas Iyer, whether he comes in, he sits in the playing 11. Because Manish Pandey hasn't got too many opportunities. He's been in the lineup in the playing 11, but hasn't got too many opportunities. I think the top 3 will be remaining the same.
Praveen, Chahal also might get look in.
Yeah, because he is also like, because of Kuldeep, he never got a chance.
Yes.
And also like, they are also vulnerable with the leg spinner. Yeah. So it is always good to have sometimes somebody is injured. To get in, you know, that groom is there, and I think that Chahal will be also looking because he's not played for a long time now.
So I think
what Praveen says is very, very important because these two are going to be very important, you know, wheel in the cog as far as the Indian team is concerned in Australia. Chahal and Kuldeep Yadav, because if they deliver for India, it's going to be absolutely brilliant for them.
Because they are the wicket taker. In middle they comes and not only they control, they get a wicket, and I think that's changed the scenario.
We can say, Praveen, you know, every team member have very well played their role, but I think Shikhar की अगर हम बात करें करना कि Shikhar didn't try, you know, or probably didn't got that effort to actually, you know, play good shots and actually have more runs under his belt.
Well, I think last match we can't forget, he gave that world record actually the stand, and I think sometimes as a quality player, that one inning is matters. And I think we are hoping like last inning he got some runs behind him 40 plus, and I think maybe he can convert. And I think
Absolutely,
because he
can.
gives a different start to the lefty, righty, Rohit, and
So
both
lot many shots they are expected from him.
जिस दिन गब्बर चल गए उनको रोकना बहुत मुश्किल है।
रोकना मुश्किल है, और हम कहेंगे इसी तरीके से रनों को भी रोकना मुश्किल रहेगा। और आज अगर चेन्नई में हम श्री कहें तो जाहिर सी बात है बहुत सारी उम्मीदें रहेंगी, उम्मीद करेंगे we'll have a clean sweep when they're in Chennai.
Yes, Shishika, and as they say, form is temporary, but class is permanent, and this Indian side has a lot of class.